So in this video, I'm going to show you the process for finalising intraoperative record once all the information's been completed. In order to do this, we would need to have the Power Chart application open. We would need to be within the perioperative documentation section of the patient record. And once we have the perioperative documentation section open, we can see on the left-hand side all of the available segments. These are defaulted based on the procedure and speciality. Once we click on a segment, we can see to the right any information or fields recorded against that segment. You can see along the side of the segments there are various icons. Those with a green tick next to them show us that those segments have been completed. Any with a grey mark next to them show us any segments that have been discontinued or disassociated because they have not been deemed appropriate for the case. Anything with a red exclamation mark next to it shows us a segment that is yet to be completed but that is mandatory and cannot be finalised without the information being populated for those segments. And any segment with bold lettering with no symbol next to it show us segments that we believe are appropriate for the case but that can be removed or disassociated if we deem them inappropriate. So in order to finalise a case, we need to work through each of the segments, record all of the appropriate documentation and make sure that every segment either has a green tick next to it to show us that all of the appropriate information has been completed, or a grey mark next to it to show us that the segment has been discontinued. Any segments that have an exclamation mark or are left in bold need to be completed, and those in bold need to be discontinued if not appropriate. So by the end of the case, we need to have all of our segments as such with green marks or grey splodges next to them. Now that all of our documentation has been completed and all of our segments have been recorded against correctly, we now are ready to finalise our case. And in order to do this, we need to navigate to the green Finalise flag. Once we click on this flag, an electronic signature window appears. And we need to tick in all three of the top boxes. This will then tick everything within this and allow us to sign all of the appropriate areas that need signing. So the authorising signature window opens and we will need a countersign against this record. So the staff member countersigning the record to say that all information is complete will need to enter their username and password and then hit the OK button. Once this is done, the window can be closed by clicking the Close button, and then we need to click again on the Finalise green flag. We will now get a window appear telling us that the document has no deficits and asking us if we would like to finalise the document. We will now click Yes, and the document will be finalised. So now that the document has been finalised, we will see a summarised version and it will break down each segment, the questions within the segment and the responses recorded. And we can scroll down and review all of the additional segments.